Hello, everybody. This is Thomas. I am the son of Girair. I came out of this water drain in the city, and I survived through my miseries for the last 3 days. And I'm going to tell you my story right now, how I came from this water drainage. Hello. This is Thomas, the oldest son of Girair. My brothers are Antranik and Vartanik and Bakrik. My mama's name is Serpuhi. You guys forgot me? I'm a little bit older. I'm married. I'm into construction right now. I'm doing well. I visited my family this weekend to stay with them for 3 days to have a joyful time with my wife. My wife is right now at the spa. She's having a great time. And I came in front of the barber shop and I was going to cut hair. That's what I told my dad. And my dad was here and we talked to each other for 5 minutes and he told me all the story, what he went through, okay, and I'm in the middle of this. So I'm going to tell you the story, guys. My dad picked up my brothers, Antranik and Vartanik, and he took them to school. That's one day before the school finishes, since there was an open house and they wanted one of the parents to be there, at least both of them. But if one can come in, they could come in. At the same time, the girls were grown up, so the mommy with the Vakrik had to take them to the other open house. So they were all busy, so they divided the team into halves so they would get to whatever they want to do. Then they were going to meet us, me and Sonia, at their house. I do construction, up in the north. I've been all around, north, south, San Francisco, all this, San Diego. I've been east, west, to the beach. I've been with a lot of people, my homies. I've been with black, white, but I've never been in this situation that I went through the last 3 days. It was unbelievable. But I'll get to that in a second. So my dad picked up Antranik and Vartanik. And, my dad is not one of the kids knows he's an accountant, but the other one, knows he's a bookie, So they go to the school. And they're all getting together with all the rest of the other teachers where nobody knows, the kids doesn't know who's going to fall into next year and everything else. So the dad is very smart. He's always in his business. Girair is very up to it. So he takes a bunch of roses, he separates them and he gives every teacher one. He gives every teacher one, he tries to shine them with the beauty of the flower, and he tells them something nice, and he says, do your husbands get you flour off and on? If they need good flour deals or whatever, let them talk to me, I could get it for them. And he goes on and one of the teacher, Miss Morgan, she's been raised here, but her ancestor is from Armenia and everything else. He knows a lot of small, little, good, nice, beautiful Armenian words here and there, Anyway, so she goes down, tries to meet Antranik, for a second, He says, hi, Antranik, I'm Mrs. Morgan, if I give you 6 apples and you give 1/2 to your brother, okay, how many do you have in your hand? How many apples? And Antranik says, Miss Morgan, 5.5. Miss Morgan says, it's your brother. Don't you give him 3 and you keep 3? She says, no, 5.5. Half of the first one, I'm going to give it to him. He says, okay, it's okay. How are you, Vartanik? How are you doing? He says, I just finished projects in my, last days. I was working on the projects for like 25 hours a day. And Ms. Morgan says, but in a day there's 24 hours. What's your name? He says, Vartanik, little Johnny, Pepito. He says, I wake up 1 hour early, okay? So it will be 25 hours I'll be working on the project, Miss Morgan, okay? Am I going to see you next year? And Miss Morgan gets a little bit upset and he says, oh, let me talk to your father. He says, Girair, nice kids you have for next year. I hope one of them or both of them will be in my class. and Girair tries to, knows everything about his kids and behavior of people. So he says, Miss Morgan, how do you pass your time? Do you drink coffee every day? And Miss Morgan gets surprised, He says, sometimes I drink coffee. He says, does it make you happy? And Miss Morgan says, I don't know. I don't think about it. Not necessarily keeps me happy. He says, he says, did you know the prices of vodka is going up? And Mrs. Morgan says, no, I didn't know that. And he says, doesn't matter because vodka is priceless, did you know? And Miss Morgan says, no, I didn't know that. He says, by the way, it's not good for your health, Miss Morgan. She says, I don't drink though. I don't know. He says, well, what I know, Girard says, when they give what are you educated, ma'am? Which university did you go? She says, I went to the, which university did you go? And she says, I went to Wichita, university. He says, oh, that's why I know. So I know where you're coming for next year. Okay. And by the way, did you know if you give 5 milligram of vodka to the goat and the goat dies? And she said, no, I didn't know that. He said, if you give 100 milligram to the tiger of vodka, they would die within an hour. Okay. And she said, no, I didn't know that. But he said, did you know it's good for humans, only for humans, vodka? Okay. It's good for your health. Sometime we should try it, me and you. And the teacher says, no, please. I'm a librarian, I've been a librarian for 30 years. Oh, he says, now I know how you are, Miss Morgan. Okay. So anyway, so he goes out from there and he comes and meets his son. He says, son, meet me, whatever. He says, I'm going to go pick up my wife and we're going to go from there and meet them at the house. While I went inside the barber shop, by the way, my saloon lady's name is Mrs. Lutfi. Lutfi, my friends. Anyway, but as soon as I came out of there from the barbershop, okay, I saw this across from there was some people. I'm a people's guy. I wanted to help. I didn't know everything about what could go on in a minute or so. Girard, my dad, always told me, Armenians sometimes, their nose is like they want to stick it in everybody's caca or in everybody's situation. They have that feeling they want to help. So I wanted to help. A green van just pulled over there, okay? And all of a sudden some people were over there, so I didn't know. Well, I thought it was an accident. I thought maybe I could help. Maybe I could lift the van itself. So I go close to it, and as soon as I go close to it and I turn the corner, okay? And I see a lot of people, they're talking, shoving, they're doing stuff. And I'm not sure what's going on. Why am I all of a sudden involved in this thing? And I saw an officer there, actually. Not more than one started coming from the truck. And I tried to read the truck, what it's saying, that I took a walk to the corner of bread to get a bread and a box of smokes. I pulled up in a Yellowstone. And this is what I saw. As soon as I turned the corner, this is what it started happening. Just to buy a loaf of bread and a box of cigarettes, okay, I pulled up a guy in a yellow van, He's a shiny gold badge flashing in his hand. He said, all right, all you mohaners down here, I want all of you to hit the floor. I got one thing to ask you, nothing more. So answer in English. If you can. Where were you born? Who, me? I was born in East Glendale, man. Hey, where were you born? Are you a horoscope teller, my friend? Okay, what's wrong with you? Are you Falchi? Are you trying to open a Turkish coffee in here? I was born in East Glendale, bro. What's wrong with you? I'm telling you, I was born in East Glendale. Oh, yeah? Where's your green card, huh? Tell me, where's your green card? I'm telling you, I was born in... Who's the president of the United States? John Wayne, my friend. It's John Wayne. What's wrong with you? All right, let's go. I'm going to take you in. Next thing I know, they take me to a fast. I couldn't understand it. There was nobody there, man. Bro, yekbar, aper. There was nobody there. I was cold in the dark in the burger stand. I was go back to East LA. You know, I want to go back to East LA or East Glendale or anything close to it, just to get me there. I don't belong here. Now I'm in downtown Tijuana, man. I was born in East Glendale. Ole. Ahper. What's wrong with you guys? Don't you listen to me? My wife is at the spa. My dad's name is Girard, my friend. You should have took me to Canada. Better. Over here, it's unbelievable. What am I? Where did you guys bring me, by the way? I took 6 trucks packed like a sardine, man. Walked all day in burning sun, man. Now I know what it's like to be born and run, you know. But I knew it because the Armenian genocide, we were running all our life, man. Nobody understands us. So, in a shining star just behind my hand, all I could see was a golden door. I looked up inside and saw inside, you know, underwater, you know, all that misery, rats and everything else. I crumbled through the sewers and I got around. All of a sudden I come out of that pipeline and I'm on East Glendale. Yeah, right behind the hospital, my friend. Ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la. Armenian hoga, yergire toga, kajumuz, ayo. I'm in East Glendale. Come with me, join me. I was beautiful. All of a sudden, I'm home. But my family was suffering for 3 days, looking for me all around. They didn't know. They took me to this La La Land somewhere. I don't know. I was close to home though. You know, I guess it was some place where the striptease, the naked people hang around. You know, like somewhere where they have these, you know, their own laws. You know, I don't know where they took me. I don't know who they were anyway. I don't think it was the immigration office. No, I don't think so. Because those guys are more stronger, like more cockier, you know. Hey, get your ass in the van and clap you all around, you know. But anyway, finally I'm with my compadres, you know. I passed through Maywood, you know, it was beautiful, you know, Southgate, all the way, I think, under the tunnel. Because I smelled their crap all the way to Glendale. Okay, I loved it. I love you guys, and that would be my segment for today. Isaac is here for you to entertain you for 5 minutes. And I would love to chat with you more, but I have to go to my work because I'm in the parking lot doing this segment for you, so you could be saying, what the hell is this guy talking about? So that was Thomas. Thomas got away from all that in 3 days, okay? I don't know where they took him, okay? We don't know who took him where, but he got home to Girard and Surpuhi and the family, and they light up that candle, and they sang their butts off all the way to 5 in the morning. Love you all. Stay happy. Stay healthy. God bless you. This is Isaac for you. Bye.